In the world of art and science, there are few names as iconic as Leonardo da Vinci. The Mona Lisa, The Last Supper, and the Vitruvian Man are just a few of his masterpieces that have stood the test of time. But what if I were to tell you that there was another side to this Renaissance man, a side that few have dared to explore? A side that dealt in death and destruction. Welcome to the world of Da Vinci's deadly designs, the wildest weapons of the Renaissance man. Leonardo da Vinci was born in 1452 in the small town of Vinci, in the Republic of Florence. Born out of wedlock to a notary and a peasant woman, Leonardo's early life was one of secrecy and mystery. But from a young age, it was clear that he was a prodigy, with a natural talent for art and a thirst for knowledge. He trained under the painter and sculptor Andrea del Verrocchio, beginning his career in Florence before moving on to Italy. He later spent time in Florence, Milan, and Rome, before dying in France at the age of 67 in 1519. But what many don't know is that throughout his life, Leonardo da Vinci was also a remarkable scientist and inventor. He spent much of his time designing weapons of war. From fantastic flights of fancy to more mundane inventions, da Vinci's designs were truly outlandish. But what drove a man so in love with nature, beauty, and the natural world to spend his time designing weapons of death? Renaissance Italy was made up of city-states that were perpetually at war with each other. Designing weapons provided Leonardo with a source of income, travel opportunities, and the chance to show off his scientific mind without the church knocking on his door. But as we delve deeper into the mind of Leonardo da Vinci, we begin to see that there may be more to his weapon designs than meets the eye. Join us as we uncover the mysteries of da Vinci's deadly designs. To truly understand the man behind the designs, we must first look at who Leonardo da Vinci was. Born in humble beginnings, he rose to become one of the most renowned artists of all time. But his interests went beyond just art. He was a man of many talents and passions. So, what led him to take up the mantle of weapon designer? His early career began as an apprentice under the renowned painter and sculptor Andrea del Verrocchio. It was under Verrocchio's tutelage that Leonardo developed his skills as an artist, but it was also here that he was first introduced to the world of science and invention. He was fascinated by the inner workings of machines and the laws of physics, and it was this fascination that would drive him throughout his life. But even in his youth, Leonardo kept his true thoughts and ideas hidden. His notebooks, filled with drawings and observations, were written in a code known only to him. It was as if he was afraid that if the world knew the true extent of his genius, they would never be able to understand it. As he grew in fame and reputation as a renowned artist, Leonardo's interest in science and invention only grew stronger. He began to see the world around him not just as a source of inspiration for his art, but also as a playground for his mind. He was constantly experimenting and pushing the boundaries of what was possible, and it was this mindset that would lead him to the world of weapon design. As we delve deeper into the world of Leonardo da Vinci's weapon designs, we must first understand the context of Renaissance Italy and the role of weapon design during that time. City-states were constantly at war with each other, and the development of new weapons was crucial to gain an edge in battle. Da Vinci approached inventing things in a haphazard manner, constantly experimenting and pushing the boundaries of what was possible. He designed everything from fantastic flights of fancy to more mundane inventions, and his weapons were among his most outlandish designs. But what was it that led him to design these instruments of death and destruction? Let's take a closer look at some of his most famous weapon designs, such as the tank, a circular machine resembling a spinning top toy crossed with a UFO. Covered in angled steel plates, it was equipped with an impressive array of light cannons that could attack from any angle. However, despite its intimidating appearance, the tank was doomed by a fatal design flaw: it was immobile. Was this a mistake or a deliberate act of self-sabotage? Then there's the scythe chariot, a horse-drawn machine of spinning blades that would have been a formidable addition to ancient warfare. Inspired by the scythe chariots of the Romans and Persians, Leonardo sought to improve on their design, but it remained nothing more than a drawing. Another design was the driverless vehicle, a wind-up tricycle that was propelled by springs and could be loaded with explosives and gunpowder, making it the world's first drone. Although it was ahead of its time, it was never brought to life. The triple-barreled cannon was a testament to his fascination with rapid-fire weaponry. The barrels were designed to be fired quickly in sequence, but the downside was that they overheated quickly. However, a prototype of this cannon was built and found in Croatia in the 20th century, making it the only remaining example of a real-world weapon made from his designs. The rear-loaded cannon featured an early breech loading system that allowed the cannons to be loaded from the back, rather than the front, making it faster and safer for the cannoneer. He also suggested that barrels should be water-cooled to prevent malfunctions and improve accuracy, a concept that later became commonplace. The 33-barreled organ of death was a wild design consisting of 33 cannons arranged in rows in a fan shape, to combat slow rate of fire and inaccuracy. It was intended to be lightweight and came with wheels, making it easy to move around the battlefield, but it was never produced. Da Vinci's giant crossbow was designed to be the ultimate siege device, firing incendiary ammunition, giant bolts, and even boulders at enemy defenses. It was more than 25 meters wide and came on 6 wheels, so it could be moved around a battlefield. But it was a design doomed for failure as it didn't do anything that firearms couldn't do. Lastly, the machine gun crossbow was another attempt at an improved crossbow design, featuring a wooden wheel with crossbows attached to it, which could be fired in rapid succession. However, it too never made it past the drawing table. What was Da Vinci's true intention behind these designs? Was it simply a means of earning a living, or was there something more sinister at play? As we've seen, many of Leonardo da Vinci's weapon designs never saw the light of day. But why did they fail? Was it due to technical limitations of the time, or was there something more sinister at play? Some historians have argued that the failure of his designs was due to the limitations in metallurgy and engineering of the time. Da Vinci's designs were often ahead of their time and couldn't be manufactured with the technology available at that time. But others argue that there may have been a deeper reason for the failure of his designs. There are theories that suggest that Da Vinci may have deliberately sabotaged his designs. Some believe that he may have been concerned about the destructive power of his inventions and wanted to ensure that they were never used in warfare. Others argue that he may have been worried about someone stealing his designs and profiting from them. Another theory is that Da Vinci was a secret pacifist, who despite the context of Renaissance Italy, and despite the potential income, never wanted to design weapons, but he had to, and designed them in such a way that they wouldn't work, a way of making sure they never got used. As we come to the end of our journey, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. We've explored the life and career of Leonardo da Vinci, delving into his background, his reputation as a renowned artist, and his interest in science and invention. We've examined the context of Renaissance Italy and the role of weapon design during that time. And we've looked at some of his most famous weapon designs and the theories behind their failure. Throughout this journey, one thing has become clear: Leonardo da Vinci was a man of many talents and passions. He was a master artist, a technical genius, and a man with a deep love for the natural world. But he was also a weapon designer, and the motivations behind his designs may have been more complex than we initially thought. In the end, the true significance of Leonardo da Vinci's weapon designs may never be fully understood. But one thing is for certain: they offer a glimpse into the mind of a truly remarkable man, a man who was constantly pushing the boundaries of what was possible and whose legacy continues to inspire and intrigue us to this day. Thank you for joining us on this journey to uncover the mysteries of Da Vinci's deadly designs. We hope you have enjoyed the ride.